2008 in connection with the employment that you just described, did you have an occasion to meet with Mr. George Anthony?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you accompany, or did Mr. Anthony accompany you to a location off of Narcoossee Road?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell the members of the jury when that took place?
That was when Kaylee was reported missing, and I was told by Corporal Yuri Mellish to go with them to that location is Johnson's Towing to recover a trash bag.
Right. Do you recall, or do the records of the Orange County Sheriff reflect that the trip to Johnson's Wrecker took place on July 16th of 2008?
That it's reflected on the Sheriff's Office paperwork.
Okay. Did you use that paperwork to refresh your recollection for your testimony here today?
Yes, ma'am.
When you went to that location with Mr. Anthony, was it already dark out?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you gain access to Johnson's Wrecker?
The gate was closed. We had to call the number that was on the gate. One of the drivers, by the last name I believe Hudon or something like that, opened the gate for us, and that's how we gained entry into the Johnson's Towing area.
Did you identify yourself as being with the Orange County Sheriff's Office in order to gain access?
Yes, I explained to him what we were doing. I also showed him my badge, showing him that I worked for the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and I explained to them the vehicle that was in question, that was with George Anthony, and George Anthony was with me when we were telling him that we needed to get the trash can out of the dumpster, and George Anthony knew what dumpster it was.
Okay. Were you able to gain access to this dumpster then at that point?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a camera with you?
Yes, ma'am.
If I may have what's been marked as states X for identification. Ma'am, can you see on your screen X for identification?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recognize what's shown there?
Yes.
What do you recognize it to be?
It's the trash can that we, the dumpster where we went.
There is a month, day and year associated with that photograph. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that photograph taken prior to your gaining any access to the interior of the dumpster?
Yes. When in, I apologize. We went in through the gate, and before we started looking inside the trash can, I took a picture of the dumpster.
Is that photograph a fair and accurate representation then of the exterior of that dumpster on the property of Johnson's Wrecker as of July 16th, 2008?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point I would seek to introduce X for identification as the state's next numbered exhibit in evidence.
What says the defense?
No objection, sir.
It will be received in evidence as states numbered.
Permission to publish this item to the jury, Your Honor.
You may publish.
All right, Ms. McBride, it appears that there are sections to the lid to that dumpster.
Yes.
Okay. Were those sections of the lid in that position upon your arrival at Johnson's Wrecker?
No.
Okay. How were they situated?
They were closed.
Everything closed?
Yes.
Okay. How did they get opened prior to your taking this picture?
We opened them.
Who's we?
George Anthony, I, and Mr. Hudon.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Hudon, the employee of Johnson's Wrecker.
Okay. Did you touch anything inside the dumpster prior to taking this photograph?
No.
If I may have Y for identification, please. Ms. McBride, can you see Y for identification? Do you recognize it?
Yes.
What do you recognize it to be?
That is the trash bag that I retrieved. It's the one on your right that has like the pizza box.
Now, is this photograph taken prior to anyone touching that item?
No, we took the picture first before we removed anything or touched anything.
Okay. You took this picture, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Does the photograph fairly and accurately represent the condition of this bag of trash prior to your removing it from the dumpster?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this point I would seek to introduce Y for identification into evidence of the state's next numbered exhibit.
What says the defense?
No objection, sir.
You received an evidence that states numbered.
Permission to publish this item to the jury, Your Honor?
You may publish.
You can actually touch the screen and make marks on it. If you would just circle the item that you were referring to that was ultimately collected. Keep your finger on the screen when you do it. At any point in time, did you open that bag?
No.
Did anyone touch the bag but you?
No, only me. I had gloves on and I put it into a brown paper bag after I retrieved it.
What did you do with it after retrieval?
We put it in the brown paper bag. I pulled it, I opened a brown paper bag, I put it in there. I used 2 trash bags, and then I put it in the trunk of my vehicle, my agency vehicle.
Okay. Now, you put the white plastic bag inside a brown paper bag and then put that inside another item?
No, the trash bag was too small, so I wanted to cover the whole bag to preserve the evidence that was inside. So I took the brown paper bag, I put that white bag inside of it, and then I took another brown paper bag and put it over it also, just to conceal that bag.
Alright, so you're talking about a double paper bag over this plastic bag.
Yes, ma'am.
You said you put it into the trunk
Yes.
of your agency vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you access it again?
No, ma'am, until I got to the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Was Mr. Anthony in the vehicle with you as you placed the item into your trunk?
Yes.
Okay. Did you allow him to have any access to the bag?
No.
Was he dropped off prior to your return to the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
What happened to the item in 75 once you got to the Sheriff's Office?
When I got to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, I walked directly to the forensics unit to meet one of the forensics CSI officers there.
Who?
George Pelosi.